We have talked about threat detection, which is, okay, one part of Sentinel. That is the CM part of Sentinel, security information and event management. But Sentinel is not only about security information event management. Sentinel is an example of SOAR as well. Okay. There are plenty security information event management solutions available, like CrowdStrike, Splunk, and all those things. Okay. Um, so Sentinel uses the concept of a data connector to connect to different data sources like Entra ID, on-premises Active Directory, then like Defender for endpoint, Defender for identity, conditional access policy. By the way, a point to be noted over here, if you have got a third-party application, let's say, you have purchased a database solution, cloud-based data solution that requires protection as well. You probably will not find a data connector in Sentinel. Microsoft will not give you all probable data connectors. It will give you the well-known data connectors. But if I decide to come up with a app and try to sell the app over the net, and if you purchase the app which I have created, not necessarily Sentinel will be aware of the app. But we can create our own data connectors. You can, if you want to ingest information from certain data sources for which you do not have a data connector, you can always create those data connectors. We can use something known as a Postman API service in order to connect to these kind of data sources. You can create your own custom data connectors. Sentinel is not only about ingesting resources from cloud-based solution. No, if you have got an on-premises server, if you have got an on-premises firewall appliances, Sentinel can ingest information from those on-premises servers, on-premises appliances as well. Now, for instance, if the on-premises server or on-premises system happens to be a Windows machine, we have got a data connector in Sentinel known as Security Event via AMA. AMA stands for Azure Monitoring Agent. You install the data connector on the on-premises machine, and then you ingest the security information from those on-premises system. Well, if you want to ingest the security information from the on-premises systems, you will have to install a service known as an Azure Arc service. If you want to ingest the security information from the virtual machines hosted in Azure, you don't need the Arc agent. Sentinel can seamlessly ingest the security information from the virtual machines using security events via AMA. If you want to ingest the security information from an on-premises server, you need the security event data connector. On top of that, you will also require the Azure Arc services. Likewise, if you have got an on-premises Linux device, I told Linux device, I did not mention Linux computer. Uh, it can be a Linux computer, and most of the firewall appliances, IDS, IPS devices uses Linux as the operating system. We have got data connectors like syslog. We have got data connectors like CEF, common event format. These data connectors can ingest the information from these Linux-based appliances. Okay. Um, so these are all the threat detection part of it. In case of threat remediation, I've told you before that we have got something known as playbooks in Azure. With the playbooks, I can perform a remediation. If a threat happens, then I can basically configure the playbooks to counteract excessive Windows logon failure from an identity, block the identity, lock the identity. Let's say a device has been compromised, isolate the device. If a particular threat has been detected having a high severity, lodge, post it to Microsoft Teams, post a message to Microsoft Teams, send an email message, or maybe create an incident in help desk management system. Okay. And I've also told you about the threat intelligence and enrichment. Sentinel has got data connectors like Taxi. We can connect to the Taxi servers and we can download something known as IOCs or indicator of compromise. So indicators of compromise makes an organization versatile, makes an organization aware of all the known indicators of compromise. So in future, if any threat happens from those IP addresses, from those domains, from if emails are encountered having those phishing URLs, it will be detected as an alert. An investigation will be performed, which will eventually lead to remediation. So Sentinel is not only about threat detection, it is also about threat mitigation and response. So that part is known as SOAR, security, orchestration, automation, and response. And this is achieved using workflows. And workflows are created with the help of playbooks. And the playbooks are powered by Power Automate. You can create playbooks from scratch if you have got knowledge on Power Automate. If you know how to create flows from scratch, you can create your own playbooks.